Good morning. Welcome in. Mornings on Main Street. It's Thursday, January 12th, and what a dreary day it is. Nobody on top of the gray line bus this morning. It's not the day. I'm just waiting for that one day where there is some guy just in a yellow poncho just chilling up there on top of the gray line.
Having a blast too. He's got to be like having
just kind of dancing like you were just then, Justin.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Just having a good time. Having a good time. We're having a good time here on Mornings on Main Street. We are glad to have you with us as we have a great show lined up for you. Justin Kulik, I'm Chris Yao, and yeah, it's going to be good. We've got a lot to get to, and we'll do that. We've got our top stories. We've got a little news coming out of Columbia with a new fire station renovation. So all of that coming your way. Of course, it's National Calendar Day. We'll tell you what day today is. We'll get your weather, which is very important today, apparently. And we will also get you traffic, which I'm sure is horrific. So
I'm looking at it right now. It's not fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. But anyway, we'll get to all of that and more. But first, we start with today's top stories. With overdose deaths among the nation's high school students up a staggering 133% in just 2 years, Sumner County Sheriff Sonny Weatherford told the county's education committee last week he'd like to see each county school equipped with emergency Narcan boxes. Weatherford said he got the idea from a recent NBC Nightly News report that attributed the spike in overdose deaths to the increased availability of the deadly drug fentanyl. The report said a growing number of schools across the country are installing emergency kits that contain Narcan. Narcan is a nasal spray version of the drug naloxone, a drug that quickly reverses the effects of an opioid overdose. The drug is easy to use and won't harm someone if they're overdosing on drugs or other than opioids, the sheriff added. I wish I could say that we don't have drugs in schools, he said. I wish I could say that fentanyl is not in Sumner County. But we prosecute people all throughout the year that have sold drugs and people who have overdosed and died. Weatherford did not give any statistics specific to Sumner County or Sumner County schools, but said he spoke to the main supervisor of the district's school resource officer program, who told him that there has been one overdose this year at White House Middle School. Every SRO is equipped with 2 doses of Narcan that they wear on their belts, Weatherford noted, but said that emergency boxes on school campuses would add another layer of protection. There were 93 drug overdose deaths in Sumner County in 2021, according to the Department of Health. Of those deaths, 66 were from opioids alone. Statewide, there were 3,814 drug overdose deaths in 2021, and 21 of those were under the age of 18. Weatherford said he talked with the Sumner Prevention Coalition, formerly known as the Sumner County Anti-Drug Coalition, who said they can supply the Narcan free of charge. A motion to encourage the school board to fund and install the Narcan kits in each school passed unanimously. Metro officials roundly criticized a Republican proposal that would limit the Metro Council to a maximum of 20 seats on Monday, with Mayor John Cooper saying the proposal, quote, undermines the will of Nashville voters. Dubbed the Small Government Efficiency Act, the bill comes months after the council voted to block the 2024 Republican National Convention from coming to Nashville. Nashville's 40-member Metro Council is the only body that would be impacted by the proposal from Republicans Representative William Lamberth and Senator Bo Watson. The bill would limit local legislative bodies to a maximum of 20 members, requiring redistricting and a delay of the 2023 council elections. At-large council member Bob Mendez told Main Street Nashville the council's 40 members allow the body to be more effectively serving of their constituents with a lower constituent-to-member ratio. Councilmember Freddie O'Connell said more staff for Metro Council members could help the body be more efficient as well. Council elections set for 2023 would be delayed by 1 year if the bill passes to allow city officials to redraw district maps for the new 20-member body. Current members' terms would be extended for 1 year, while terms of council members elected in August 2024 would continue for 3 years. Thereafter, council terms would go back to the usual 4 years. One provision of the bill also seems to reset term limits. Currently, council members who are only allowed to serve 2 4-year terms. If passed, the bill would allow those who have served already 2 terms to seek office in new redrawn districts. Nashville could opt to have fewer than 20 council members, but the bill allows Metro to propose the final number. The bill is silent on at large council seats, but could be construed to do away with those positions, requiring a 20 district maximum to be drawn to maintain, quote, substantially equal representation based on population. Nashville is not named specifically in the bill, which includes other metropolitan governments, but practically, Metro Nashville would be the only body impacted. Lynchburg, Moore County, and Hartsville, Trousdale County are Tennessee's only other metropolitan governments, and each of those have 20 or fewer members. Because the proposed law could only impact one legislative body in the state, it is possible Metro could sue the state under the Home Rule Amendment of the state constitution, which prohibits the legislature from crafting laws that only impact one county. Metro Legal Director Wallace Dietz told Main Street Nashville in an email he will be following the legislation closely, and Cooper blasted the bill in a statement released on Monday, saying it could have the opposite effect as Limberth and Watson intend. Far from strengthening local democracy, today's legislation undermines the will of Nashville voters and effective local governance, Cooper said in that statement. Contrary to claims by our state colleagues, this Metro Council has successfully facilitated historic accomplishments for our city, including record investments in education, enhanced support for our first responders, and major economic development agreements that will directly benefit the state's economy. Nashville is the engine of the state's economy and the envy of cities across the country. That success has been built on Metro's 60 years of good governing by our 40-person council. Our final story of the day, we send you to Hendersonville, where Scotty Bush has a video that we will show to you that will tell you a little bit of how you can prevent winter house fires. So we take it to
Scotty Bush. I'm with the Hendersonville Fire Department, and I'm here today to talk to you about some fire safety tips and some things that we can offer you as a department and ways to make your home and your surrounding areas safer during the next few winter months. First thing I'd like to talk to you about today is space heaters. Space heaters need space. Don't put objects anywhere from 3 to 5 feet around those. Be careful using blankets and other items around these heaters. Ensure they don't accidentally end up on top of or against these heaters. Fireplaces, whether using gas logs or wood burning, fireplaces and chimneys should be inspected and cleaned every year to ensure there aren't cracks or creosote buildup, which is the black coal-looking substance that accumulates along the insides of the fireplace and or chimney. This will prevent the possibility of a chimney fire, which could spread to a residential house fire. Generators. We know many families turn to generators in the winter months, especially when the power goes out. We would like to remind you that generators are used for outside use only. Make sure they're all running in well-ventilated areas away from open access for fumes to enter your residence. This leads us to the importance of carbon monoxide detectors. We're encouraged that all homes have working carbon monoxide detectors installed where gas appliances are used or if generators are being used during a power loss. As we approach the holiday season, we would like to also discuss Christmas trees and extension cords. As kids, we all love the smell of live Christmas trees and what it brought to our residents at Christmas time. If you use a live Christmas tree, remember to keep it watered and ensure it doesn't dry out. Dry trees are a huge fire hazard at this time of the year. Christmas lights are a beautiful addition to our community also at this time of year. We want to make sure that you ensure that you're using the proper extension Underwriters laboratory rated extension cords for indoor or outdoor lightings. There is a difference in indoor and outdoors. Please make sure you're using the appropriate one. Assure that the UL approved extension cords are not overloaded as well. Lastly, we would like to mention smoke detectors. This is the best thing that you can do for fire prevention and safety. Why are smoke detectors important? It's early detection. Smoke alarms help folks be aware early and to get out if a fire incident is occurring. We encourage everyone to get out and wait for the firefighters to arrive and assess the situation. Hendersonville Fire Department offers free smoke detector inspections and installations. Through the State Fire Marshal's Office, we've been offering this free smoke detector program to residents for over 10 years. Statewide, more than 350,000 free smoke alarms have been distributed, which has saved over 335 lives. 3 of those were in our own community here in Hendersonville. We recently did a smoke detector canvas where HFD firefighters were able to install 114 smoke detectors and inspect dozens more in Hendersonville homes at no cost to the residents. We know this event is important to our community and we are glad to provide this level of service. You do not have to wait for a canvas to occur to have your alarms inspected or get new ones installed. Please call the fire department at 615-822-1119 and ask for anyone in our Fire Prevention Bureau or speak to me directly. We hope you have a safe and fun holiday season. And from the staff here at Hendersonville Fire, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Nice.
All right. There you go. Those are your top 3 stories for today. Obviously, if you still have your Christmas tree up, it's a live Christmas tree. Good for you. If not, if you do dispose of that thing correctly, of course, and make sure that any Christmas lights you still have up, because hey, we're in Tennessee. We
Just
know
leave them up. You know?
those things are up all year round. We're
They're
not
nice
mad
looking.
at you. You do you. But
Exactly.
but definitely make sure that you're using the correct extension cords and power strips. All right, we're going to take our first break of the day, but when we come back, Justin's got jokes and the weather. We've
Always.
got traffic. You're going to want to stick around for the weather. Very important, so please stick around. We'll be right back after this on Mornings on Main Street Media.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad,
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
Think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd. The goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Don't miss a minute of the action this season. Visit NashvillePredators.com/tickets to get your seats today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
Welcome back in Mornings on Main Street. It is Main Street in the morning on this Thursday, January 12th edition. Glad to have you with us. As you saw the Broadway cam, it's not looking great outside. We do have some severe weather possibilities today, so make sure that you continue to stay weather aware. But for now, our weather and right now weather is brought to you by Justin Kulik and his hilarious daily jokes.
Hey, thanks, man. What an intro. How's it going, man? How are you? How are you today?
I'm making it.
Yeah, I feel that, man. It is gloomy, and I'm glad you said that about the importance of the weather, because it always is important, but it is today as well. because there's severe weather possible, as you see there. But first, let me get y'all laughing with the joke. It's more of a pun this time, as it was yesterday. And here we go. I definitely prefer cold weather, but only to a certain degree. You get it?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Because degree, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to explain it. Because if you explain it, it's not funny, right?
Exactly.
So your weather today is cloudy, with severe weather possible. It does look like a thunderstorm outside. It just looks like one. 82% chance of rain, 73% humidity, bad combo, and high 68, low 35. That's a big gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap because tomorrow's weather is disgusting.
Is it? Oh, that sucks.
It's gonna snow.
No.
yes, it is.
No.
Yeah, it's I don't even want to think about it.
You either, man.
Yeah, big chance of snow tomorrow. But yeah, it's gonna be thunderstorms today. Cloudy most of the day, just scattered thunderstorms, but most of the area is gonna see some rain. So
right, man.
And potentially tornadoes. I mean, my parents are dealing with that down in Alabama right now. The hospital where my first job as a sports editor, the hospital in that community doesn't have a roof anymore. Yeah, tornado tore the roof off, and yeah, it's not looking good.
Was it when was that?
Like this morning.
No.
Yeah.
OMG, dude, that's awful.
Yeah, it's crazy. So those folks down in Alabama, North Alabama, Decatur, Lawrence County, Walker County, Winston
Where was
County.
one that touched down last night then?
It was this morning. Like literally at like 8 o'clock this morning, the tornadoes are going through town. My mom's texting me. She said, stay weather aware. And I'm like, we should be fine. It's closer to y'all. She's like, but it's coming through Huntsville. And I'm like, that's 70 miles away from me.
It'll probably tucker out by then.
Like,
I couldn't
once it gets to Huntsville, it's not only is it 70 miles away from me, but it's east of me, which means the threat has passed.
This is a small tornado. But could you imagine a freaking tornado? I always picture tornadoes being an afternoon thing or like a night thing. I couldn't imagine waking up eating breakfast and there being a tornado in my yard.
So April 27th, 2011. Yes. An F4 tornado went through Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yikes.
And I woke up that morning with no power due to the storm. And by 10 o'clock, the tornado had started. That tornado not only hit Tuscaloosa, we watched it go over Bryant-Denny Stadium. Like, we were afraid that Bryant-Denny was going to get destroyed.
Dang.
Which was crazy.
That floor is huge.
I mean, imagine like what the destruction that would have done, all that brick and steel. And anyway, it then hit the community where I was at and completely destroyed the Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, not the Piggly
I know. And here's the thing. It's the only grocery store in the community.
Oh.
So and it actually killed a young man who was, there was a tornado early that morning. And then between the time that one was gone and the time the F4 came through, he was skateboarding because it was nice and clear outside. I mean, it was sunny.
Right.
And nobody had power. So, and it's April, it's spring, like you're just out. It's a nice day.
You go boarding in that situation.
And he's out there in the parking lot skateboarding and was unable to get home and was unfortunately killed that day. So, I've seen this thing. So you can't ever believe that the storm is over.
Right. And you can't ever think it's not going to be in your county. You're watching the news and they're like
100%.
They're like this county, you've never really heard of them or whatever. So
remember when it hit Donaldson? What, 2 years ago?
It hit Lebanon.
That was the same tornado, right? The same tornado that hit East Nashville, then went through Donaldson, and then came through Lebanon.
Ruined our bowling alley.
And all the way to like Crossville. It was like the longest tornado on the ground in the history of Tennessee.
Like covered the most, didn't it?
Yeah,
that's insane.
So
man. It was weird seeing the tornado imprint on the ground. It literally looked like somebody like tried to etch it. You know, what's the word? Like,
Like
you know, chisel.
Yes, I know what you mean. But yeah, so there's
Chisel's
all
close.
of those things. You just have to be really, really aware. I say that because, you know, like you said, it does feel like it's an afternoon thing, but it certainly can happen in the mornings, and you have to be aware.
Right. And
We probably will see it this afternoon, though.
And there's a 99% chance you're not going to get whisked off to some foreign land with munching, or what are they called? Yeah, on Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. What are those
99.9.
things called?
So
Yeah,
there's
I don't
still
know.
a chance.
Anyway, we have to give you your traffic now. Traffic is brought to you by 54, a Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults. They're a proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting the website joinallofus.org/54. I-24 eastbound in Davidson County, there's a disabled vehicle at mile marker 47, reported just before 10 o'clock, and that is coming into the downtown loop right there. On the northeast side from the 2465 split. So make sure that you are paying attention there. Other than that, the 2465 split is slow moving from merging delays, but nothing at 40 and 440. The downtown loop, other than that disabled vehicle, does seem to be looking good this morning. Up in Clarksville, we're fine. All the way down here in Columbia, Murfreesboro, Lebanon, everybody's looking good this morning, including the White House area up there. There's no traffic in White House this morning either. So that is the only traffic, and you can see there the right-hand lane is closed due to that disabled vehicle. Looks like the tow truck is there and about to get them out of the way, so hopefully that'll be cleared up here soon. But that is your traffic. You're brought to you by 50 Ford. We'll take a break. When we come back on Mornings on Main Street, National Day calendar, and much, much more right after this. Stick around.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
I'm Bart Durham.
I was sworn in as a lawyer in 1963, and I've been working as a lawyer since then.
We're a firm that does exclusively personal injury, a lot of tractor-trailer crashes. Insurance companies will open up their checkbooks when you force them to.
We have systems that work.
We get the most money for our clients in the shortest amount of time.
I'm Blair Durham. My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Hit After Hit has become the baseball store in Tennessee. They have over 1,000 different models of gloves and over 1,500 wood bats. They also have several Iron Mike pitching machines as well as a Hit Trax machine. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. We're proud to call Hit After Hit the official shirt provider of the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation, our mission is to serve families as our own, celebrate the life of their loved one, and help begin the healing process.
My whole family, including my wife and my mom and siblings, were very happy with the treatment that we received. I would highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
We offer funeral, burial, cremations, and pre-planning services.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
January 12th on the National Day calendar. Because of its busy port, Philadelphia was one of the fastest growing cities in the American colonies. As the population grew, so did the need for medical care. Enter Benjamin Franklin. In addition to all of his inventions and political influence, Franklin helped create America's first public hospital, along with the first hospital pharmacy. At the time, medicine was shipped in from Great Britain, so when the War of Independence began, drugs were in short supply. As a result, the role of the pharmacist became much more important. They found homeopathic remedies for their patients, which helped shape the future of medicine in the United States. On National Pharmacist Day, we celebrate the men and women who continue to shape our healthcare system. I'm Marlo Anderson with the National Day Calendar. See you again tomorrow as we celebrate every day.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Welcome back in Mornings on Main Street. It is the final 90 seconds of the show. Glad to be with you. Hey, Justin, real quick before we get out of here, it is morning and I have my coffee. Do you have your coffee? Are you a coffee guy?
I'm not a coffee guy, but I've always wanted to be. I'm aspiring.
Do you know how we know that coffee beans are troublemakers?
How?
They're always in hot water.
I think that's a universal one. That doesn't, anybody can laugh at that one. That's a good one.
You don't got to be a coffee guy to understand it.
I had a joke, but I forgot it. But it was a good one. And you know what is the best thing about it is I'll be able to tell you soon when I find out what it was.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow even. Well, and tomorrow is we're saying it again. Tomorrow's our final show with me and Justin. Yep. We'll have Stephanie Miller on tomorrow, and we will. I'm going to ceremoniously hand it off to her. I'm just going to dip as soon as she gets on and let her go.
Watch it, but we're just going to be like, all right, see you later.
No, I'm kidding, Stephanie. We'll see you tomorrow, Stephanie. We'll see you guys tomorrow as well on Mornings on Main Street. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you then.
See y'all.